Joining me now to talk about the ordinance and the movement that we're seeing in Texas is Jim Baxa, president of West Texas for Life, who is leading this effort. Jim, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
So you got to be pretty excited about the outcome here.
Yes, we're thrilled. I mean, it was a landslide victory. So we're really excited, and we know babies are going to be saved as a result.
Well, the city council unanimously voted this down. We took it to the council, and so you did it by ballot initiative. The citizens took the lead on this. It was on the ballot. You organized churches. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was really amazing. When we started this, I thought, well, I know we'll have a few churches that will get involved and are willing to stand up for life, but throughout this effort, we ended up having 200 churches in Lubbock, Texas, stand up for babies and say, we're not afraid of politics anymore. We're going to get involved and we're going to save babies' lives. So it started with a petition drive. We had to collect 3,651 signatures, and we had 60 days to do it. Well, in 18 days, the churches in Lubbock were able to collect all those signatures that we needed. And it happened because pastors made announcements at church saying, we have volunteers in the back ready to get your signature. This will force a ballot initiative. And they were excited to be involved in stopping the murder of little babies.
So, Jim, what do you hope happens from here?
Yeah, so at this point, abortion is illegal in the city of Lubbock, Texas. And we're thrilled by this. And we would love to see cities across the country replicate this effort. And we're glad to see that Planned Parenthood cannot kill babies in our city anymore. So it doesn't matter the size of the city, from a little tiny town all the way to a large city. We'd love to see them all banning abortion.
Let me ask you another question, kind of peripheral to this. But the city council voted unanimously against this. Now, I think you do have the backing of the mayor. The mayor has spoken out in favor of this. But could you see some people run to replace some of those members of the city council who were not so eager to protect the unborn?
Yes. In fact, most of those council members have already announced they will not be running for re-election. They realize that their political careers in Lubbock, Texas are over. And I think that needs to be something that happens throughout this country, that people who don't stand up for the Christian values that the majority hold aren't worthy of going into office. And so we're going to stop them. And we are starting to develop a slate of candidates for the election next year to run a new mayor and a new 3 city council members. And we're going to put some godly Christian folks in there.
Jim, do you think that all of the bad stuff that's coming out of Washington, D.C. that I made reference to, I mean, we've got the most pro-abortion administration in history, eclipsing even that of Barack Obama. Is that fueling some of this? That the citizens saying enough is enough, I've got to take action?
I think so. I think that's helped some of the churches to wake up and to say we have to do something. You know, me personally, I've been involved in this battle for years, but we had a lot of new faces joining us and just excited people. And I think they're saying, you know, we don't trust what's going on in D.C., but we know that we can fix things here in Texas and here in Lubbock. So we're going to stand up and do right, and we're going to protect as many babies as possible and stand for righteousness.
Jim, one final question for you. What would you say to those in other parts of the country who share your concern and your passion? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, I would say y'all can do this too. I'm going to point them to a website, sanctuarycitiesfortheunborn.com, and they can learn more about what we did there, and they can learn how they can do it in their own city.
All right, Jim Baxa, congratulations. Job well done. Thanks so much for joining us today.